Say what you will of President Trump, but you gotta give the man credit. Nah, I'm just kidding. Let me preface this by saying that this video isn't a presidential candidate debate. Okay, we're not debating between Trump and Biden or Pence and Harris. It is a marketing analysis and a advertising examination, okay? Based on all the ads that I've been getting on YouTube. I've decided to react to them because YouTube is literally begging me to do so. They're asking for it. I mean, they're really like shoving it down my throat at any given moment. It's the first thing that I see on the homepage. It's on every pre-roll or mid-roll ad that I get. You know, I don't really know if it has to do with my browser history because I'm still getting it even on a clean browser. And I'm talking about clear of cookies, cache, history, everything. I mean, it's like literally in my face. Like it wants to touch that little dangly thing that swings in the back of my throat. So let's get started. Marketing is arguably one of the most powerful instruments used to shape a person's way of thinking and their opinion. Marketing utilizes language and imagery to formulate and direct a narrative to whatever demographic it's tailored for. Sorry, I can't speak today. Everybody uses it, okay? Even myself. Every time I go to create a thumbnail or title a video, I always try to utilize basic principles of promotion in order to encourage, views and click-through rates in my videos. Nothing new, right? I mean, I have a message with each video that I make, and I want to make sure that it's met with the ample amount of exposure that it could possibly get. Nothing wrong there, right? Where shit starts to get nasty and unethical is when marketing begins to manipulate its demographic, okay, and metamorphosize into a type of propaganda, right? A type of propaganda that's used to manipulate or exploit a type of demographic or group of constituents. Propaganda, by definition, is information, especially of a biased or misleading nature, used to promote or publicize a particular political cause or point of view. The key word there being misleading, okay? Manipulative. Unfortunately, from what I've seen, the Trump-Pence campaign is filled to the brim, okay, with strategic, manipulative, and subliminal marketing devices. That is not to say that the Biden-Harris campaign is all virtuous and honorable. But again, Trump keeps raising the bar. Seriously though, the Trump-Pence campaign is especially fucking heinous. It actually makes it far more interesting, to be honest, because the methods they use to bait and seize their demographic is so blatantly ludicrous that it's actually comical. I love to watch it because their strategy is so rudimentary that I love to just point out and identify and recognize these various points of manipulation and exploitation, okay? But as entertaining as it is, it's fucked up, okay? It's extremely fucked up. Don't at me, it is what it is. Is there pandering in the Biden and Harris campaign? Of course there is. But it is severely dwarfed when compared to the Trump-Pence campaign, okay? That's just from what I've seen. Let's just go ahead and actually take a look at some of these YouTube ads, shall we? Don't forget to like and subscribe. I truly appreciate your support, and I love you guys. All right, so we have a beautiful targeted leaderboard ad here at the top of the page. Well, it's actually much larger than the leaderboard, to be honest. It's YouTube's like custom homepage ad that displays very conspicuously and obviously above the scroll, right? As you can see, it's occupying roughly 1/3 of the main container of this homepage. That spot obviously costs a lot of money, so let's go ahead and analyze the imagery and the language used in it. First off, we have a video thumbnail of Joe Biden, right? All right, the image is obviously very highly contrasted and the shadows are boosted and the tones are saturated, so this is trying to convey an image of uneasiness and fright. This is a basic tool used in propaganda strategy. It actually goes back to the Nazi days. Now again, I'm not comparing this to Nazi propaganda imagery, but also I am. It looks like a horror movie, okay? Which we'll get to in a second. On the right side of the ad, we have Biden's head, which is overlaid on a red background, very reminiscent of a post-apocalyptic / nuclear aesthetic. And just under that, we have the copy, or the verbiage, or the call to action, or the CTA as the marketeurs like to say. Text radical, text extreme, text left to 88022. Alright, this part is especially disturbing, okay? Talk about exploitive and manipulative. Donald Trump here is utilizing words and terminology that, to many Americans, especially within his constituents, correlate to terrorism, okay? Or enemies of freedom, attackers, invaders, murderers. It's a callback to radical Islamic terrorism, but this time with a new enemy. The left. It's the same divisive mold, but this time with a new update. This use of language taps into a very sensitive and emotional part for many Americans, because the root of these words really stem back to 9/11. Trump knows that. He knows that these words tap into a very delicate place. So that type of verbiage actually gives the left a very pejorative connotation. It's psychological. And it's fucked up. It's fucked up. It's also so subliminal because 88022 adds up to 20. The 2020 election. Go figure. The Biden call to action number isn't as creative from what I've seen. I had to dig it up actually. It's not as conspicuous as the Trump ad is. The Biden call to action number is text ready to 33030. All right, which adds up to 9, which I don't think really symbolizes anything. Now, before we jump into the Trump attack ads, let's quickly brush up on our history. Attack ads, or specifically negative advertisements, have been a staple in American politics since the early 1960s. One of the earliest and most famous attack ads was known as Daisy, and it was used by Lyndon Johnson against Barry Goldwater, okay? And that was in the 1964 presidential election. You know what, I think just for the sake of getting an example, let's take a quick look at Daisy.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 6, 6,
This little girl is adorable, but she can't count.
8, 9, 9.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Zero.
These are the stakes. To make a world in which all of God's children can live, or to go into the dark. We must either love each other, or we must die.
Vote for President Johnson on November 3rd. The stakes are too high for you to stay home.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, the ad is beyond disturbing, but it was extremely effective. Fear-mongering is another very powerful tool in marketing, all right? Especially in American politics. Every candidate today participates in attack ads, but with a certain amount of limitations, right? On the basis of decorum and respectability. But not Trump. Nope. Trump ain't got no respectability. Let's watch his attack ad on Joe Biden, which is, just watch.
No, you haven't. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
My memory is not as good as, am I doing this again?
Please clarify specifically, have you taken a cognitive
No,
test?
I haven't taken a test. Why the hell would I take a test? Come on, man.
Already we're getting like horror movie vibes. This is like, the Nazis used to utilize propaganda in their movies and in their films in the 1940s. Let's keep watching it.
Take a test. Come on, man. That's like saying you, before you got in this program, you take a test where you're taking cocaine or not. What do you think, huh?
Tension is building, right? All right, the orchestra is about to crescendo their little build-up. The beat's about to drop.
Take a test. Take a test. Take a test. Take a test. Take it. Come on, man. Take. Are you a junkie?
What do you say to President Trump, who brags about his tests and makes your mental state an issue for voters?
The American public judge my physical and mental my physical as well as my mental fitness.
Kids, stop. Can we get Joe Biden to play the Joker, right? In the next rendition of Batman? I mean, that little 30-second snippet was already far better than Jared Leto's entire performance in Suicide Squad. I'm sorry, no disrespect to Jared Leto. I think he's a fantastic actor. It just, the Joker just wasn't, whatever.
You're getting nervous, man.
Bruh. Stop. I mean, this thing could have been directed by James Wan, right? I mean, you could easily insert this trailer into the Insidious universe. Look, this is a presidential election, okay? Is it entertaining? Yes. Is it effective specifically in communicating the message that Trump wants communicated? Hell yes. But it's satirical. Is it honorable? Is it principled? Is it presidential? No. Does any of that matter? It should, but it doesn't. I feel, now don't castigate me on this, that Trump is overly credited with being a master of marketing, when really he only ever uses like rudimentary techniques. Repetition being the biggest one, right? Repeat Trump on every building or every institution. Repeat nicknames for all his adversaries. Repeat phrases at every rally, right? Like radical, extreme left, whatever. Repetition is a powerful technique because it resonates and stays in the membrane, right? It stays in the brain. But does that technique designate him as a genius? Let me know. Remember, this specific video isn't a debate on the presidential candidates, all right? It is a marketing analysis. If you have a particular ad from the Biden-Harris campaign, then you want to open up a discussion in the comments, go for it. Let's have a debate about it. I welcome everybody to open up a discussion in the comments section below, in a civil manner. The Biden and Harris campaign, you know, they have attack ads too, but they're more traditional with their approach. You know, you get your adversary playing golf, and you talk smack. Nothing new. It's been done before, right? This particular stuff, again, Trump keeps raising the bar, but you know, not in a positive light, right? Not in a sort of ethical, principled, presidential way. Let it be known, I'm not saying that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris were my first choices, okay? I ordered that top shelf fine ass wine, all right? And got that Sutter Home bullshit. I got the off-brand old guy. But there you have it. If there is a specific ad you want me to discuss or react to, leave it in the comment section below. We'll talk about it. We'll open up the conversation. And yeah, what do you guys think of the Trump ads? Let me know. Do you think it's a form of propaganda? Do you think it's manipulative? Do you think it's unethical? Do you think it's exploitive? You know, the terminology, the language, the imagery, the videos. Is it divisive? Let me know. I mean, because listen, November 3rd is approaching quite quickly, and I don't know what's gonna happen. I'll be 100% honest with you people. All I know is that I don't know what I know. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, peace and nothing but love.